It's the Naybors podcast with Reese and Mike. They discussing different issues that affect our streets and life. Said it's the Naybors. We the Naybors. Yeah.
You.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yo, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for tuning in. So today we're called the Naybors podcast. We're called the Naybors podcast for a reason.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
There's a number of reasons, but ultimately, I mean, y'all know that we are actual neighbors.
Right.
Live down the street from one another. Mm-hmm. And actually on the same block, on the same side of the block at that.
Yep.
But something else that we want to talk about. Y'all heard us. I mean, if you listen to our previous show, we talked about the neighbors getting together, right? And we kind of touched on a topic that, that really concerns us, and which is people being involved in the community.
Right.
And y'all have heard me talk about, hey, Mike posts a lot about people getting jobs and volunteer and what's going on, what the government is doing, not doing, all those type of things, those flyers. But I want to know, why do y'all think that people are not involved in the community like they used to be?
That's a good question. It's a very good question. And I'm trying to figure it out. Speechless, man.
And I'm going to be as honest as I can be. I think that when you consider the community, what are people getting out of it?
Right.
And I think that's what happens. People are looking so much as far as what I can how I benefit, not so much how I can help someone else.
Right. Okay.
You get what I mean? Because and we had talked about it, old block parties.
Right.
So we block party. What are we doing? We're out there painting.
Right. Sweeping the street, cleaning the streets down. Right.
We're for those of us that, I grew up in Philly, so in our block party we painted the street. Well, no, I'm sorry. Let me back up. First, we would like you said, get the permit.
Right.
Block off the street so no one came down our little block.
Right.
Then someone would come outside and turn on the hydrant.
Drop.
Which would clean the block.
Clean the block.
Overall.
Yep. Everybody out there was cleaning, cutting the grass, freshen up,
right.
doing everything. Right.
So then now we're painting the sidewalk, painting our numbers, like you said, cutting grass if you had grass. I mean, I only had maybe a 4 foot by 3 foot area of grass in the front of the crib.
Lucky you. Every house we moved to had to cut them.
It was not a whole lot.
Right.
Some people decide to repaint their front doors, whatever. So we had pride in our block. I don't think people have that anymore.
No, they don't.
You get what I mean?
They don't.
Now, granted, we do live in the county, right? And we're lucky enough that in our neighborhood, we have a street sweeper every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
Tuesday. So the street sweeper comes and picks up most stuff, not everything. Everything is not picked up. But whether it's because someone decided they want to move their car, right? Or the trash itself was too big, or whatever it might have been. But we're lucky in that sense. So so people are not necessarily having to go out and take care of their front of their house like we had to back in the day.
Right.
So because of that, I think that missing that, people are not allowed to take pride in their neighborhood to say, hey, look at us. We're clean. We're nice. We're straight, whatever.
Right.
So now why would I even consider being part of the Home and School Association?
Right.
Why would I consider being, a member of the Boy Scout? Again, because I'm not, I don't benefit by doing any of this stuff. Right. And the only other thing I would, be interested in is having my kids in a sport that hopefully they could become the next mega star somewhere and make me a whole bunch of money.
Right. times it's just totally different now. I mean, like it's, like every time, especially cleaning block. Each time you see me outside, go around the house, picking up trash in front of my house and all that. Of course, neighbors and all that. I hate clutter. I hate trash.
Mm-hmm.
We got too many trash cans around here for you to go around walking and just throw stuff on the ground.
Right.
Put it in the trash can. It's not gonna hurt you.
Right.
It's not gonna hurt you. But you see some people in these houses, trash. They cut the grass. We got trash. I ain't worrying about that. What damn?
Right. Right.
Cool. You too bougie to pick it up, or whatever. I'm not understanding. Especially when you got a corner house, you got to boom represent.
Right. Right.
You gotta look things. I try to. And I don't know, but some people just don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
Just don't care.
Like you said, people don't care. I don't know why they don't care like they used to.
Just if you can come outside and put something out on your front step, just leave it there. Say if it's like a broom.
Mm-hmm.
That broom is sitting outside for a week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's right near the door.
Mm-hmm.
You can't grab the broom and go in the house.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And you walk past it. You walk
past it
every day.
Every day.
At least twice a day, because you got to come out and go back in.
I'm not understanding that. I'm not going to, I'm sitting there and watch this broom sit outside for a whole week. I'm like, are they going to take it in? Nope. They walk past it like it's a mailbox.
I mean, again, why should I be involved? Why should I care about how my place looks?
Right.
And some people don't. And unfortunately, some people were not raised in that space to care for their spot. I know way too many people that don't, like, you're talking about sweeping up outside. So how many people do you know that really sweep up outside? Like on this block alone, how many people do you see outside really caring for their space? Them. It's not too many.
No, it's not.
It's not too many. And I know for me, and this is just me personally, I get so frustrated sometimes of having to clean up somebody else's mess that blew on my spot.
I understand it's windy. Sometimes, trash day, stuff the trash truck and all that. But if you got a little skimpy trash can got a hole in it, throw that shit in the trash. Get a new trash can.
Right.
Don't sit up there pile 2 or 3 trash bags on top of the trash can.
Yeah.
And birds just come on. The way these squirrels around here, they look like raccoons.
Man, listen.
They big. And these birds and squirrels digging it. I gotta go pick up your crap.
Right.
Stop being lazy. Get a new trash can.
Dude, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. So again, if I don't care about where I live, why am I going to be involved in the community?
Right.
We have in this area, you listen to our representative. They have paper shredding day. And then they talk about how many people did or did not, attend just something simple as that. So how many of you have piles and piles and piles of trash being mailed in your crib?
I don't want to talk about
it. Because I know for me, I try to shred as much stuff that has my address on it as possible.
Well, knucklehead me. I said I call myself a knucklehead. At times I call myself a name. No shame in my game. Over the years, I get to it later. Little Walmart bags, Kmart bags back in the day. I'll get to it later.
Mm-hmm.
10 years later, sitting in a damn big ass box. Shit back from 2009. That don't make no sense. Now I gotta get a shredder to come out and shred it. I mean, take it to these shredded events. Yeah, but they save me. I'm gonna have a U-Haul truck.
Right. No, but I'm just saying, like you said, just how much are we taking care of our stuff?
Right.
You get what I mean? But which ultimately, does that make us not care about the community as a whole? You know, because for some people,
if you don't care how your outside look, you don't care about the community as a whole. That's how
right, right.
You know, I mean, come on, you have company, people walking by, come on, oh hey, right, you don't look like you. I mean, make the outside look presentable.
Right, right.
Seriously. Sometimes you don't have to worry about what's inside because people ain't coming up, but make the outside look presentable. Oh, well, I ain't worrying about it, the inside is cool, but still got to take care of the outside.
Right, right.
I don't get it.
You know, and let's be honest, if you are taking care of the outside and everybody is doing it, what does it start to do? Raise up your
value, your property value, everything.
You know,
a lot of people don't take notice that that's not. They don't think that's important. It does. It is.
Right. Right.
It is.
You know, so now when we're trying to, and because of that, hopefully people will have a different appreciation overall.
Right.
So now you can sit outside.
Right.
Now you can go to a community event and not worried about a fight breaking out.
Exactly.
You know, but then you can't always control who's coming in either.
Exactly. That's like, because we got a community event this weekend coming up.
We do?
Montgomery Park.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now the thing is, the way you go in is the same way you come out. So every county cop gonna be around there.
Right.
Just in case they know what's going on. I mean, like I said, we gonna jump over the houses?
Well, some people think they're brazen enough to do that.
Well, good luck.
You get what I mean?
Too much swamp back there.
But I think that those type of things, because people want to be outside, people want to enjoy life. Without the fear.
Right.
But right now you're too nervous to even say anything.
Exactly.
I remember not being able to go outside because the elders on the block was going to tell my mom. You get what I mean? And those parents that were my mom's age or they had kids my age, they were like secondary and third type parents. You get what I mean? So now I'm being reprimanded on more than one level.
Right.
Now I have a different level of respect for adults and elders and things like that. So me going to an event now, I'm almost certain to see some little kid that's 7, 8, 9, 10 years old to be fussing out some adult.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yep. No respect at all, man.
So now that ruins your experience.
Right.
Because now you want to say something to the kid or the parent, and the parent like, don't say nothing to my kid.
Right.
Now it's a whole nother situation.
I know I got a couple of people, I know friends of mine. They're principal at a school. Teacher, she said, one parent called the cops on her. So you picking with my child. My child was getting in trouble because your child always doing stuff. That's right. Get suspended. Oh, I didn't get suspended. They didn't want, because he started it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's no sense couldn't your child come to school, call me all kinds of mother suckers.
Right.
And I'm like, but you gonna believe what the child says? Then the teacher, the principal? Come on. And even school, it still is a village.
Right.
Village, part of the community. But if you don't, like I said, a lot of people send their kids to school for babysitting.
Mm-hmm.
It's adult babysitters.
But I mean, and with me used to coaching football and basketball, I kind of felt that way too. It's like, hey, I'm gonna put your kid. You're either gonna get the parent that's overzealous and want the kid to be the superstar,
right?
Or you're gonna get, like you said, the parent that's gonna like, hey, y'all gonna be here for 2 hours. I got 2 hours to go and
do whatever
me.
I want. There you go. Yeah.
And unfortunately, that puts more pressure on you.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I have additional responsibility.
Right.
So not only are we trying to have fun,
right,
but now your child, because especially since you're not there, they acting out.
Yep.
You know, so now that ruins the experience for everybody else.
Yeah, it's called discipline at home. It starts from home.
Yeah, but you know, and so that ruins community events.
Community event, it does.
You know, and now I don't want to volunteer to help out your kid.
Right.
You know, I don't want to help out, you know, an adult or something like that. Like, you know, you start having these doubts.
Right, down. Right. And you know, they talk about, you know, they need funding to have stuff for these kids to do. It's stuff for these kids to do. But sometimes they're not. I mean, back then we going to a carnival. I'm going to the carnival to get on a rise.
Right.
I'm not going to just walk around.
But see, now, all right, so look at a carnival, right? You talked about a carnival. For a carnival, you got to buy tickets.
Right.
Now, what happens for those kids that are just hanging out because they don't have the money to get tickets, but because then they don't have the money to get tickets, they can't get on rides and stuff like that. Now they're becoming mischievous.
Right.
You get what I mean? For whatever reason. Or they feel as though, look, I just want to be mischievous for whatever reason, just because,
Right.
you know, and again, ruins the event.
Rules the event, right. But what makes you do, when you do that, they going to go across the street, throw stuff at the supermarket, tear up the supermarket, all that.
Right.
What, are you bored?
Right.
Or you just dumb?
You know, so it's hard for me sometimes to really want to be involved in the community.
Right.
You know,
Right.
because of these instances.
Yep.
Because I want to help.
Yeah, because something nice as hell can be hard as hell.
Right. Right.
And it's crazy. You always want to look on the positive things. But when that negative trying to take over the positive, you're like,
Right.
man, I don't feel like going through this. I don't want to go.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, it's something easy. No, too much. It's just too much. Just the disrespect.
Right.
This disrespect.
And then, I mean, I know for me, sometimes I'm like, listen, do y'all know how old my kids are?
Right.
I ain't got to deal with this.
Exactly. And I'm not going to run you. Exactly.
You get what I mean? Like, do you know how old they are?
Right.
And they're not only are they older than you, but they're graduated college.
Right.
They're adults. They're in
They're
their 20s,
adult-
whatever.
exactly.
Like, I don't have to deal with this.
Right. I'm like this. I'm not your mother. I'm not your
Right.
father. You go talk
Right.
to them like that, what you probably doing anyway.
Right.
But I'm not going to, no. But I tell you one thing, you put your hands on me, I'm going to put my hands right back on you.
And see, and again, so now here's the other part. And again, this is what happens when we talk about this whole community involvement. Back in the day, you could touch somebody.
Right.
Right? Or even if their parent came up to you being a father, you know, father to father thing, you know, in your mind, like, all right, we're just going to have a fair one.
Right.
Right now, it's not fair.
Nope.
Because all anybody want to do is pull out their weapon of choice.
Right, of choice.
You get what I mean?
Correct.
And now all of a sudden, it's a whole nother situation.
Right.
You know, so, and then as you had stated earlier about, hey, our community is going to have something, but you're going to have 15 different boroughs and
Right.
townships with their, you know, not only their uniform cop, but their plain clothes.
Exactly.
You
Right.
get what I mean?
Right.
You know, because of that.
Because of that. Right. I was shocked. You know, even in Brew Mall, they canceled there.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, I don't get it. It's stuff for y'all to do, family oriented, you know, family friends. Have a good time.
Right.
Some people choose not to do it. Stuff go down, even down there in Wildwood in the beach, same thing. I'm like, well, I don't get it. Why am I trying to play tough guy role? Because social media, oh, he called you a punk. Ooh, okay.
Now, I mean, but all right. So, I mean, we back in the day. I mean, I remember your mama jokes.
Right.
Like you get what I mean? Like, you know, yeah. And did that cause a fight? In some cases, it
Some
did.
cases it did, but
You know,
we all knew it was some fun and game.
yeah.
But these days,
And some people, you know, did take it serious. Like I said, I mean, I remember a few times of, you know, even myself crying. You get what I
Right.
mean? You know,
Right.
because your feelings are hurt.
right.
And you can't, you don't know how to respond.
Right.
You know, so, yeah, your feelings could be hurt is whatever. But now, again, these kids are not in that space because they grew up in this anti-bullying spot.
Right.
But was that actually bullying?
No.
In my opinion, it's not.
No.
I mean, if you look at anything that's going on in the community, you know, government-wise, what are they doing the whole time? Everything is a bully.
Right.
You know, you gotta either you're gonna think like me or I gotta eliminate you.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right. Exactly. Oh man, you got knuckleheads cheering them on. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't get that. But the thing is, the thing is, after that they get caught for doing what they supposed to be doing, for doing what they doing. They got allergies. Ain't no sense of crying now. You wasn't crying. You was over here doing such and such.
Right.
No, now you want mama, but you in there with Big Bubba.
Right.
And John.
Right. Yep.
You don't think about that.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man. You know, they think, you know what it is, I think is these kids do what they want to do at a certain age because they go get a slap on the wrist. Them days is kind of over.
Yeah. Yeah.
They charging y'all as an adults.
Yeah.
Since you want to do stuff, they got, like I said, you know, they got positive stuff for y'all to do in the community and all that. Pow. You know, for athletic groups, community centers.
Right.
Y'all want to go around, you know, play bang bang. Go on the play basketball. You can't even play basketball.
Right.
These days.
So how do you become more involved in the community if people are too nervous? Now, I understand some people like, hey, you know, I'm not going to allow this person to run me out. You're like, all right, I get you on that. Like, don't get me wrong. That's not right, wrong. That's how you feel.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Right.
But there are some people that are not in that space.
Right.
You know, there are some people that's like, hey, I'm not giving up my life because y'all want to act dumb.
Exactly.
I like my life.
I like my life. I like my freedom.
Right.
Right.
You get what I mean? You know, so, and I know some people out there that are like, hey, you know what? I can defend myself and I can, you know, go at it with the best of them. But why? Why do you need to?
You don't need to. And you know, these knuckles, they don't fight that. They want to jump you.
Right. You know.
Then you see them by themselves, you'll hear a peep out of them.
You know, so I think that's some of the challenges that we have as a community.
You're right.
You know, how do we pull together? How do we get more involved? How do we improve one way or the other? You know?
That situation with these parents, they got to community, have a community with their kids. Talk to your kids. Police your kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, like you said, you know, earlier on the show, you know, talking about privacy. Okay, I understand your privacy. The only privacy you got is the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That bedroom door, check your child.
Mm-hmm.
Check your child. There's stuff going on, especially you hanging with certain people.
Right.
Girls, too.
Right.
They
Right.
hanging with knuckleheads, too. Girls, too.
Right.
Check your child.
Yeah.
Check your child. You got a curfew. Be in the house. Oh, you don't pay bills here.
Right.
You don't like it.
Right.
Pay the dough.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put a roof over your head.
And let's be honest, it's you can't afford it.
Right.
For all the stuff that's going on right now, it's hard to afford anything.
Right.
So
So don't think you can make it out on these streets.
Right.
You can't.
right.
You can't. One thing, two, three. Well, three things. You can be homeless, 6 figure under, or jail cell.
Yeah.
You know, like they said, go sit in the bathroom for 23 hours
Yeah.
and see how it feels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then somebody had them on Facebook. They put a picture up there, free room and board. Gave it the kid. It's in a jail cell. You know, stainless steel problem. You know, stainless steel
But you
problem.
know, I think sometimes that's glorified more than anything else. So like we're talking about being involved in the community. And granted, we haven't even really dug deep into community organizations.
Exactly.
And here's the reason why. Because for whatever reason, we can't get off the front porch.
You can't get off the front porch.
You get what I mean? And unfortunately, those community groups that can make a difference, right? That need the volunteers or could use the volunteers, they're not lifted up. They're not put out there in your face. But going to jail is.
Pretty much.
You get what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You know, so, and one last thing before we sign off. I think that because we don't have enough male role models, I think that hurts.
Yeah, it could. It could. But
I think so. Because, and here's the reason I'm saying that. I think sometimes the ladies are way too soft and not, hey, you know what? Because I think some of this bullying thing is from a lady perspective. You get what I mean? Little softer spot.
Okay.
You know, where us guys, where we're a little more rough and rugged and,
Right.
you know, whatever. Just overall. Not saying it's 100%. Don't get me wrong. I don't
Right.
want nobody to twist any of my words or
Right.
whatever else. And understand where I'm coming from. Just I guess, a old school mentality,
I
quote
understand
unquote.
that. Right. Likewise. But my thing is, okay, we do need more male, models. But also, you got an older brother. You've got a brother, a cousin that's doing good, an uncle,
But see, some of that is jealousy.
And if
You get what I mean?
you get with these dudes, if they can't, they just there for snacks. They don't need to be there. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
You're not gonna
Right.
come into my house. You can't let these come into their house tell you what to do with your kids. Cause that's all they there for, snacks.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But see, some people are, willing to. There's some guys that are willing to. Hey,
Right.
we're let's really partner with these kids, and then the ladies are kind of like, no, you can't talk to my kid. Well, guess what? That's a whole issue. Because now, what do you want? How do you want this gentleman to support you if your kid does bad?
Right.
You get what I mean? If your kid is now behind bars, getting locked up because they went and stole a Snickers bar.
Right.
You get what I mean? Because let's be honest, I know all these stores that are just letting people come in and just steal stuff and walk right back out, it's going to come back to haunt them.
Oh, man, karma is a mother.
It's going to come back one way or another.
Yep. You just don't know when.
Right. So when they start cracking down all the way on that, and the other part of that is you're assuming that every place has a camera. They got you on camera.
Places you'll never know they got cameras.
Right.
They got you.
Believe. So, and let's keep in mind that they have cameras in places that you'll never even realize is a camera.
Exactly. Yep.
So just because you see that one camera on the ceiling is one literally pointing you in your face.
Right.
On your level.
On your level.
Because you're so busy looking up, you're never looking directly in front of you in that bear or that mirror. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's the challenge with being involved in the community. You're fearful of what's going to happen, and not being able to be free to help someone else out.
Yeah, because you're afraid too.
Right.
You said, you're afraid to go out to come off the steps. You're afraid.
Right.
You're afraid to walk to. Your kids can't be a walk to the corner store.
Right.
They got word somebody's coming down chasing somebody into the daggone store,
right?
Or whatever. It's just like, come on now, you gotta get that community back. But it starts with some of these parents with these kids at home.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand. Okay, you can afford this, that, this. You can do things that's not expensive.
Right. Right.
Seriously. I mean, if, go to the beach, get on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
New Jersey training.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a nice field. Come on, they'll be surprised.
But people don't think outside the box like that. And let's be honest too. Everyone has not been outside their own community.
So true.
So even when they had an opportunity to come off their step, everybody hasn't even taken that advantage.
Right. That's true. You're right.
I've come across way too many adults my age, a little older, that have never been outside of Philadelphia.
That's crazy.
So out of all these years, and and I ran across one who said, now, okay, y'all, I'm from West Philly. I live in Delaware County. And so, but I'm on where are we on the southwest side of Delaware County, I guess.
Something like that, yeah.
So we're out here. Now, King of Prussia Mall is north of us.
Right.
I ran into someone who said they've never been outside Philly to go to King of Prussia Mall, ever. And I'm like, first of all, How is that even possible?
How is that even possible? Even the buses run out there. Come on, man.
You know, they've been running out the King of Prussia Mall forever. And you're excited because someone's finally going to take you out. Like, are you serious? No. So you over 50 and you've never been
to King of Prussia Mall.
Right. They're like, I've never really been outside of Philly. I've been to Wilmington once because of a funeral, a family funeral, and I came right back. That was it. So never been anywhere to have another type of experience.
Wow. Yeah, because some of these kids, the only thing they know is the Please Touch Museum and the zoo.
Right.
Excuse me.
You get what I mean? You know, so, but, you know, I want to know what y'all thoughts are about community involvement. You know, we really think it's important.
Definitely
But
important.
the problem is that we have a challenge. What we're addressing is their challenge.
And the challenge is ourselves.
Right.
That's the biggest challenge.
Right. And how do we police ourselves enough so we can get off these steps?
Correct.
You know, but I thank y'all very much for listening.
All right.
Of course, like, share, and subscribe.
Exactly. You have any questions or anything you want to get off your mind, shoot us an email.
Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter,
Yipper.
or tweet, or X.
Once again, or whistle.
We thank y'all very much for listening today.
All right. Stay cool.
And we will talk to y'all a little later. Peace.
You are the agent and we look for change.